Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. It is Sunday, October 31st. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon. I'm just getting home from church now. It is Halloween. I wanted to show you in the background, that is our living room window. I'll take you on a little tour of the inside of the house. Our house isn't that fantastic. It's pretty small, pretty modest, but I'll show you our Halloween decorations on the inside. It is a cool day. Halloween falls on a Sunday this year, so being a weekend, we probably will get a decent amount of kids. We'll see, because last year we didn't really have anybody. Our COVID numbers were too high and pretty much everybody stayed home. So I'm going to turn you around. Right now it's kind of chilly and it's snowing out. There's actually snow flurries. I thought it was rain, which would be really bad for the kids, but it's actually snow flurries. Not great either. It's better to have nice weather on Halloween for the kids, but it's I'd rather see snow flurries than have them get soaking wet in rain. So although the temperature is such that even though it's snow flurries, it's just making the ground wet, it's not sticking at all. So let me turn you around. I'll show you quickly what's in the window, and then later on I'll show you the window once it's all lit up, once it gets dark, and I'll show you my inside decorations as well in a little bit. Okay, this is the window during daytime. You can't really tell, you see we've got Snoopy on a pumpkin, and we've got two light up images in the window. One is a ghost. The one you see on the left, like right up here, that is a pumpkin, and then the ghost is over there. You can't really see it very well. These little guys are lights. They're pumpkins. They're just from Dollarama. And then we've got a sign on the door. You can change it. This is the witch is in, but you can also change it to the witch is out. But of course, since we're going to be home tonight handing out candy, of course I'm going to say we're in. Although I do have a bit of an issue with referring to myself as a witch, but it's just very much a Halloween type sign. And then our jack-o'-lantern, our carved pumpkin, is going to go on the steps as well. Okay, my heels, I'm wearing heels for going to church, are sinking into the mud because the grass is kind of damp. So I'm going to get inside, get these shoes off. And there we go. There's our 2021 Halloween pumpkin. Ready to go for tomorrow night. The light inside is from Dollarama from last year. Looks good. Okay, this is the living room. This is where the bulk of our Halloween decorations are. The clip that you just saw, that I just inserted, was of our pumpkin after it was carved last night in the kitchen. Just because it was dark, so I was showing you guys how it looked with the light inside of it. This is our living room. This is where the majority of our decorations are in the house. I'll go through a lot of this. This little garland is Dollarama. I have it on the entertainment unit as well. Some of these things are left over from some of our fall decorations, like this sign. I believe I might have had this pumpkin out too. It just says Harvest Blessings. These little lanterns, I'll come back and I'll do a quick video later on once I light everything up, because these guys, there's two of these, one on either end of the piano. They both have batteries in them, so they blink. And then we've got this little guy who's a spider. He's got a candle in it. Again, because we have birds, generally speaking, I use the battery-operated candles. And we got a candelabra that's spider web type thing with little candles. And this I got at Michael's last year. This little clipboard, you can put a picture on it. This was Rachel's first time trick-or-treating when she was 3 years old back in 2003. She was dressed as a bunny rabbit. So that's a picture of her from her first time trick-or-treating. And then, so that's on the piano. I've got a spider. That is actually supposed to be motion detected, although it doesn't work so well this year. We put new batteries in. Used to be that I would hang it on the door, and then when we would open the door to trick-or-treaters, the motion detector would make it drop down. It kind of drops down on a leash sort of thing. And it would say, mind if I bug you a little, and it would laugh, and that kind of thing. It was cute. Harmless. It was startled people a little bit, which was the idea behind it, but it was never anything too overly scary. But even with 2 new sets of fresh batteries in, it's not doing its thing this year, so it's just sitting there at the moment. I don't know what I'll do with it yet. Over here on the couch, we have just a little stuffed pumpkin from Dollarama. Stuffed teddy bear. It says trick or treat on his belly as well from Dollarama. And then some extra candy. These little pumpkins are ones that I had out already for fall. There's a plastic fork in there. I don't know why. I think that's one that the birds were playing with before. This is a pumpkin-shaped candy bowl. And again, the Dollarama, I gotta dust this off. The Dollarama candle holders. The never-ending dusting battle. Dollarama candle holders for fall with the leaves on it, and the Thankful and Blessed pumpkins. And this pumpkin in the middle lights up. And then we have, in the window, we have the ghost and pumpkin lights, and then the Snoopy on the pumpkin on the bottom, those will light up later. And then my row of Dollarama light up pumpkins in the windowsill. And then this is a candy dish I like. I actually leave it out year round on my computer desk. This is Hocus Pocus, I Need Candy to Focus. Little candy dish, I just like it. I thought it was cute. That was from Michaels. And I'm trying to think, I think this candle holder may have also been from Michaels as well once upon a time. I'm not sure. It's been a few years since we got it. Again, with my wagon with the HomeSense from HomeSense, or the wagon is from Michaels and the turkeys are from HomeSense. The pumpkin guy, we call him Pumpkin Man. He came from Dollarama one year. Just added him in with the turkeys. This came from HomeSense. Has a little candle holder in the back, so it kind of lights up. And then these little guys, these pumpkins, they light up and they blink. I believe I got these guys all at Superstore last year, or in the last year or so. And up here, more of the same garland. And little pumpkin pillow in there, that came from Dollarama. Sort of the window clings. This one, I had this up for fall for Thanksgiving. It says Fall in Love. I like the Dusty Rose. There's a matching one on the end that says, I think it says The Witch is In, I believe. And then these guys, this one I think was a HomeSense. I believe both the Dusty Rose ones were HomeSense as well. And I can't remember where I got these from. This might have been a Dollarama thing. This little with the witch's hat comes off. It's metal, and then there's a little candle inside. I've got a pair of those. And I thought this was cute. That was from Michaels. This would have been possibly Michaels or HomeSense or something. I've had that for a couple of years now. It came from the same place as I got that pumpkin-shaped candy dish on the coffee table as well. So, and then over here, my third turkey that goes with the two turkeys and the wagon over here. Usually we have him kind of at the back of the wagon, pretending to push the wagon, whatever, but he's sitting in the rocking chair at the moment. And then we also have our two Operation Christmas Child shoeboxes that my daughter and I are working on. I'm not sure if you're familiar with these or not, but Samaritan's Purse does these. And basically you can pick them up at your local church here. And you have to have them turned in by mid-November, I believe, at the latest. And they go to children in other countries around the world who are so poverty-stricken that they probably otherwise would not receive a Christmas present. And then there's like a whole list of stuff you can put in. You can't put food in or whatever, but I'm just slowly working on these. I've got some Play-Doh, little happy face ball in there, and some Hot Wheels. So I'm doing a boy one. You can do different ages. And I'm also doing one for a little girl. You can select your gender and age that you want to do. You pick boy and girl, like there's 4 labels there if you do 4 boxes. So I typically do the 5 to 8 year old range. I usually do a boy and a girl, so that's what I'm working on. So those are just sitting there because I've been slowly trying to get things to put in there. So they're sitting there beside the other turkey. And out in the hallway is where the candies will be. Okay, so we have a grand total of 86 treat bags packed here. Not to mention I have a small individual one just for my daughter. Even though she's 21, she still gets a treat bag. And then there's this guy. I got him from HomeSense. I like that he's like got a big mouth you can put all these extra candy in. So basically I'm going to hand out the treat bags first. And if I happen to run low, then I'll dip into the individual candies that are in him and hand those out. And this guy, he came from the Hallmark store several years ago. And he's still doing okay. So these are the treat bags. The treat bags came from Dollarama. Most of them are these with the little owl with the hat. And I have a couple here that have like the little ghost holding a pumpkin. And then out here, if I can open the door. I don't know if I can or not. We've got a sign on the door. And that's what it says. And you can switch it around to say out if you would like to. Although being Halloween, I keep it as being in, obviously. And now we have lights being set up and pumpkin, like this is going to be along the path. This is leading from the house, from the street up to our house. And there's our pumpkin on the steps. We have to turn on the battery light in there when it comes time. We've got some lights going down the stairs. I'm in bare feet. I shouldn't be because it's too cold for that nonsense. And I've got one of these hung on each side of the banister. Oh, it is chilly out here. I should not be barefoot. It's October 31st, guys. But this is lining our walkway. These guys, these pumpkin walkway liners here, they're plastic, and they just simply came from Dollarama a couple of years ago. And then we've got some lights weaving in and around them. Looks like the ones on this string up here, looks like you can see some of them are lit up. I don't know if you can tell. It's not dark enough yet, but I'm looking at the ones back here. Right by the street, those ones are lit up, but this section right here in the middle is not lit up. Not quite sure why that is, but I think we've also gotten orange and purple lights from Dollarama before too, so that also could be why. I believe that's where all those lights are from. And this is what the window looks like. Those lights in the windowsill down there will light up tonight, and so will the 3 images in the window. So I'll come back and do a short little clip later with shoes and socks on and a coat once it's dark enough to show you what everything looks like once it's all lit up. And I'll show you the living room quickly later too, once it's all lit up in there as well. Once I have all the candles going and everything glowing and stuff, I'll show you what everything looks like in a little while. Right now I'm going back in where it's warm because it's cold out here. At least for barefoot anyway. Okay, Ruby, what do you think? You can let me know when the first trick-or-treater comes in the yard? You've been yelling when people walk down the street, but so far it's just people walking dogs and stuff. You have to let me know when somebody gets here, okay? Don't try and chew the blind, please. Don't do that. Hey, you have a job to do and that's not it. Startled her. Don't chew the couch, don't chew the blinds or the wires. Just let me know when there's trick-or-treaters. You let me know. You always tell me when somebody's walking down the street. Oh, are you stretching? Let me get that wing out. You're supposed to tell me when birds get here. Yeah, I got birds on the brain. You're supposed to tell me when people get here. You're the watch parrot, remember? You're the guard parrot. Alrighty, it is almost 5:30. It's not dark here yet, but it's getting there. So I'm going to show you a little bit. I've lit everything up in the living room. These guys blink. And I've got my spider candelabra up there going, my little spider candle holder. I think I've lit everything up that's supposed to be lit up. Those 2 little guys on top of the entertainment unit. This first one here above the scarecrow isn't quite as bright as the other. It's okay. These 3 here glow. I'm not sure if you can tell the colors or not. They're blinking. And the window lights. I'll have to go outside in a little bit once it gets a little bit closer to dark and show you the colors. And then my 2 fall candle holders plus my pumpkin here that lights up. And this one over here. I'll show you the outside in a bit once it gets a little bit dimmer outside. So I'll be back shortly. Alright, it's 6:30 in the evening, Halloween now. Here's the outside of the house, here's the yard. There's a few houses on our street that are done up. Not a ton. But we've had some trick-or-treaters already. That's good because we have 86 treat bags to give out. You can see it's lit up here. There's one little section of lights here that is not lighting up. It's okay though. Those are Dollarama lights. They're a few years old. They're bound to run out. They're bound to give out sooner or later, I guess. There's our window lights. It's our little path heading up to the door. And we've got our little Dollarama light inside the pumpkin that changes colors, blinks and changes colors. Here's the 2 that I have. The 2 that I have hanging here, one on each side. A little battery operated light inside. And yeah, some lights over the door. There's the window. All the lights. We got our Snoopy on a pumpkin, we got our ghost, we got our pumpkin, and the Dollarama window lights. at the bottom that are all pumpkins as well. So that's how it looks. It's chilly out. It's not terrible. It's chilly though. There's a house across the street that usually they put Nightmare Before Christmas on, the movie playing on in their big living room window, but they haven't done it that last year or this year. Last year especially, because we didn't really have trick-or-treaters last year because the COVID numbers were so high. But even this year I see they're not doing it. There's a few houses that have lights on and stuff, but we've had a good rush so far, and now there isn't anybody right now, but I'm sure we'll have some more. We've had some little kids too, as well as school-age kids. It's chilly, but it's not terribly cold. Sometimes it's actually snowing on Halloween, so this is not bad. For Manitoba on Halloween, it's not bad. So that's where we're at right now. We got 6:30 at night, and yeah, we'll probably have our lights on and give out candy till at least 8:30 or 9, or depending on when the last one comes. So that's where we're at right now. You can see the purple lights, and yeah. Looks good, I think. Time to go in and warm up. Okay guys, that's just about it for this video. I think it's almost 9 o'clock on Halloween evening. We still have the odd trick-or-treater coming to the door, but they're few and far between right now because it is getting late in the evening. And yes, if you've watched my videos before, you know we have parrots, and a lot of you like Cricket, my Indian ringneck. And once again, he's trying to steal the show and talking on the camera. There he is. Hi, say peekaboo. Now you're not going to do it. He's not part of Halloween. Oh, he's cranky. It's almost his bedtime, that's why. Anyway, so I'm just going to wrap this up here. I've shown you guys the decorations inside and outside, both in daylight and after dark. So you've got a pretty good idea of how everything looks all lit up. And we've had, not maybe as many kids as I expected. I would say somewhere around the 40 mark or so. Because we still have a pretty good amount of treat bags in the basket out here in the hallway. So you can see over my shoulder. It's not overflowing like it was. So there was 86 in there to begin with. So I'm thinking that we may have had maybe 40, between 30 and 40, somewhere in there. Not as many as I'd thought or hoped, but that's okay. They'll get used up. We'll just take some of those treats. There's like cheesy puffs, whatever, chocolate bars, stuff like that. We'll just take them in our lunches for work or snack on them here at home. That's totally fine too. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, of course, leave a thumbs up and a comment down below, and subscribe if you are new, and make sure your notification bell is turned on, because I don't have a set schedule of when I upload videos. So if you want to subscribe and don't want to miss my videos, make sure make sure you've subscribed and the subscription bell is selected as well. Anyway, that is Halloween 2021. That is pretty much a wrap. Unless we get any more last trick-or-treaters. We do still have our lights on outside, and I think now at this point, the only ones we're getting are people that are driving their kids around just looking for houses that are still lit up. The last two we got, I think that's why. Because they were in a car. I think they're just driving around looking for houses that are lit up still, because it is getting late and it is getting cold out. So we're probably not going to get any more. So Halloween 2021 is pretty much a wrap, and so is this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Happy Halloween from my family, and of course from Cricket. He doesn't know how to say Happy Halloween, but you'll say peekaboo. That's his Halloween greeting. Happy Halloween from Cricket and our family. And we'll see you next time, everyone. Have a good week.